Hey friends, I'm back with your ultimate money guide for August, what you should and shouldn't buy, some fun money challenges to keep you on top of your game, and more. I'm so glad you guys liked last month's ultimate money guide for July, and your main request was to do it earlier, so I'm on it. So when you're prepping your August budget, let's get into some things you need to remember to budget for. First off is back to school. If you've got kids, clothing is going to probably be needed. School supply lists are coming out. You might need backpacks, lunch boxes, classroom supplies, sports and activity fees, lunch money, and or daycare costs. Some things will be on sale, and I'll tell you those later in the video. Kind of the last holiday of the summer, Labor Day is on September 5th. It's going to be a big travel weekend, so if you are traveling, hosting, or attending any sort of event for Labor Day, make sure to budget for the long weekend, including gas, food, activities, snacks, and more. And finally, I feel like this gets sooner and sooner every year, but if you are a Halloween girly, yes, if you are a spooky bitch, now is when the stores are starting to put out their Halloween lines. I feel like there's a great divide among people who don't think about Halloween until late on in, or people that love Halloween so much. And if you are the latter, then now is when the new lines are coming out at stores like Michael's and Hobby Lobby, and Walmart and Target are putting out all of their stuff. And if that is something that brings you joy and you want to make sure that you get that stuff every year and decorate and make it last as long as possible, now is when those new lines are coming out. And if you wait until September, October, a lot of that stuff is going to be completely picked over and or gone. So put it in your budget this month if that is a priority for you. I am not a spooky bitch, by the way. Jacob kind of is. He has a coffin bookshelf. Next up is our money challenge for the month. And this one I think you should absolutely do. One challenge, 3 little parts, and it'll give you a much better idea of what your overall financial health is. Consider it a easy personal finance analysis, which you should do at least once a year. A bird's eye view of your finances can be extremely illuminating, and it can even be encouraging because you're probably doing better than you think you are. Part 1 is to calculate your net worth. Whether you budget monthly, look at everything yearly, or don't budget at all, you should know about your net worth. And to calculate that, you take all of your assets, sum them up, and then deduct all of your liabilities. Even if you're in debt, you can have a positive net worth based on your assets, and it's a really good number to know. Personally, to track my net worth, I use a spreadsheet, and I actually sell it in my Etsy shop. It's under $10, and I use it to track every single month. I use it monthly, but even if you only do this once a year, it'll give you a better idea of your personal money sitch. So to do this, you just need to log into all of your accounts and make a list. You don't have to do it in a spreadsheet. It can be on a piece of paper, and you need to list all of your assets. So this can be your emergency fund, your bank account balances, retirement accounts, investment accounts, saving accounts. This also includes your real estate equity. This also includes any property you may own, and you're going to put in the full worth of the property right now. So I spent $230,000 on my home, and yes, I have a loan on it, but the property is now worth about $300,000. So I'm going to put that in the assets category for $300,000 because that's how much I would sell it for if I needed to. And this is up to you guys, but you can put in any valuable jewelry like your engagement ring, or you can even put in the worth of your cars into this if you want to. And then for your second list, you need to write down all of your debts. So that's going to include any balance you have on a mortgage for any property, your student loans, your credit cards, car loan, any other loans. Also go ahead and add in those interest rates on that list just to keep it front of mind if you have a plan to pay off any of those debts so that you can prioritize those. Now you're going to take the sum of your list 1 and subtract the sum of list 2. This is your net worth. Now, I'd like to be very clear here that your net worth has nothing to do with your worth as a person. You can have $1 million in debt, and that says nothing about who you are and what you contribute to this world. But knowing this number gives you something to work off of moving forward. And like I said, calculating your net worth can be extremely motivating. I had a positive net worth before I got out of debt, and it showed me, and it continues to show me, that even if I'm making mistakes or if things aren't going that great during a month, that overall my financial picture as I track my net worth throughout the year is on an upward trajectory. I am saving and planning for my future, and things are looking better than necessarily they are in the weeds. Think see the forest versus the trees. Even if you only calculate this once a year, I think you're going to like it. Second part of the challenge is to check your credit score. If you don't at least know the range of where your credit is, it's time to check it. And you can use a variety of free services like Credit Karma, Mint.com. There are all sorts of platforms that will check and monitor your credit for you without doing any hard pulls or damaging your credit. Your credit score is something important to protect and work on if it's not great, because it can affect future job prospects, ability to take out money for loans, get opportunities, and it can even weigh into employee background checks. The difference of a credit score of 400 versus 700 can be life-changing when it comes to making a big purchase like a car or a home, on the interest rate that you're going to get for that and how much you're going to have to pay for that item overall. The difference between a 400 and a 700 credit score is huge when you're applying for things like a home loan or a car loan, and it will mean the difference in how much you end up paying for that item overall. And if your credit sucks right now because of some mistakes you made in the past, there are ways to change and fix it. It takes time. Don't go after any of those people that promise to fix your credit for you for money, but you can absolutely rebound from a bad credit score. But the first step is to start monitoring it. The second step is actually step 3 in our financial challenges this month, and that's to pull your credit report. You can and should pull your credit reports from the 3 major credit bureaus at least once a year. Equifax, TransUnion, and Experian are the 3 major credit bureaus, and you are entitled to get a credit report from them for free every single year. You can space these out or do it all at the same time, but it's good to check these to make sure that there's nothing inaccurate on that credit report. And mistakes happen. If something is wrong on your credit report, it could hugely affect your credit score and your financial life. It's also a great first step when beginning a debt payoff plan, because these reports show who and what you owe. It's also a great place to start when you're starting a debt payoff plan, because these reports list a full list of everyone you owe and how much. There may be debts on there that you didn't remember that you had, or debts that have been sold. It's also super important to check these to make sure that your identity hasn't been stolen and other people are taking out credit in your name, and it's just good info to have. So one pro tip, don't just type in credit report, because there are 1,000 sites on the internet that will give you your credit report, but they'll charge you to do so. There is one site, annualcreditreport.com, that is federally approved and will give you your credit report for free. So don't get scammed, don't waste money. You can get these for free at this one website, only this one. Check what you're clicking. Now, if you think that something might be negatively affecting your credit, go ahead and pull all 3 bureau reports, because they might differ actually, and you're going to get 3 different numbers most likely when you pull all 3 reports. Go ahead and check at least one of these for any fraudulent accounts, any information that is wrong or bad, find any debts that might have been sold off, and just essentially make sure that you know what the government thinks you owe to who. Now, I know it can be really scary to face old debts, and especially, the hard black and white numbers on the page, especially when you're just getting started. But I promise you that it is better to know your situation than to be in the dark. Knowledge is power, and you can't start to take action to improve things until you know what the situation is. So those are actually 3 really easy, fairly quick money challenges. You can do all 3 of those probably within an hour, and your future self will thank you for it. Next, let's talk about what goes on sale in August. When you buy things on sale and clearance, you can save money, but as always, do not let this list encourage you to purchase things you do not need. Shop smart. This is to educate you and allow you to plan better. So starting in late July, all through August, swimwear is going to go on sale. Summer is, of course, wrapping up, and it's the exact same thing with outdoor items. So grills, patio furniture, lawn stuff. If you just busted your hose like I just did, I need to go grab a hose now while they're on clearance before they shoot up in price, because no one's going to be buying hoses in fall. They just aren't. Patio furniture, garden items, lawn mowers, all of that is going to start going on sale. Travel season is also starting to shut down, so luggage is going to start going on sale, so keep an eye out for that. And if you can afford to wait to buy the following things, you'll probably be able to save a little bit of money. They're going to be at their top prices in August. The first is Amazon devices. Prime Day just passed, and no, I'm not sorry for not warning you about it last month, but Amazon items like Kindles, Alexas, stuff like that is all going to be on its highest prices. Wait until Black Friday. Next is Apple products. Apple will have some back to school promotions going on for like laptops and MacBooks, but for everything else, like iPhones, wait until September. That's usually when the new model of iPhone comes out, which means that the previous models will start dropping in price. Android, on the other hand, is going to launch their new products in October. They do every year. And so if you can wait until Black Friday or October and you're an Android user, you can probably save a little bit of money. Now is not a good time to buy televisions. If you can wait until Black Friday or some Labor Day deals, wait until then. TVs are going to cost a lot otherwise. The same goes for mattresses. You're going to have a little bit of a sale going on for Labor Day weekend, but other than that, wait until Black Friday. And then finally, I know everyone is super eager for fall to come. It's been 100+ every single day here in Texas, but fall clothing is coming out right now and it's going to be on its highest prices. You might see some sales around Labor Day, but make sure that you do a closet inventory and figure out what you actually need for this fall before going and buying yourself a new aspirational wardrobe, hoping and praying that it will cool off outside. Grocery wise, I always recommend shopping seasonally. So here are the fruits and vegetables that are going to be on sale and in season in August. If you purchase in season fruits and vegetables, it's going to be more nutritionally dense, it's going to be cheaper, and it's going to be super fresh. For fruits, here's what's in season: acorn squash, apples, apricots, blueberries, blackberries, butternut squash, cantaloupe, corn, cucumbers, eggplant, figs, grapes, nectarines, prickly pear, pears, plums, peaches, raspberries, tomatoes, and watermelon. And for vegetables, asparagus, green beans, chives, carrots, chard, chicory, lettuce, mushrooms, potatoes, okra, onions, peppers, Swiss chard, winter squash, and zucchini are all going to be in season and on sale. If you are super eager for fall, I have some really good fall recipes over at budgetgirl.com. You can go check them out. And I also have some really fun free stuff like fall cozy trackers, articles, resources, and more. So go check it out. There's this article on 40 free and low-cost activities to try this fall, which I think is a really good read. Or if you're still in the summer mood, I've got 35 free or low-cost things to do this summer if you want to eke out just a little bit more of that hot weather fun. Is there anything that I forgot for the month of August? Make sure to let me know below. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.